Inbar, Lavi. Let's have a nice warm welcome for her.
Hi, everybody. Oh my goodness, so many of you. You look beautiful.
It's because the spotlight's in your face and you can't see me.
How's it going? It's really bright up here. I'm trying to find some faces. I see you. It's my first time, so go easy on me. Does anyone have any questions?
We actually have on both sides of the room.
Oh, okay.
People asking questions. So just look over and they'll be here.
That one. That one.
Hi, Inbar.
Hi.
My question is like more general, since you're from Israel, one of the questions, how has it impacted coming from such a small country and being so famous, like having almost the whole country represent you? It's very hard for people that come from small countries to basically make it, right? So it's just really impressive, and you have like so many fans from there that you're everywhere when people look at the news and things like that, you and Gal Gadot. So I just wonder, like, how has that impacted you?
You know, I think that being from such a small place like Israel has taught me to probably really appreciate having such a large stage and getting to have a voice that can impact so many people around the world. And with that comes great responsibility. I think that me and other fellow wonderful Israeli actors and actresses and go-getters of the earth, we try to do good and represent Israel in the best possible way. Hopefully we're doing a good job, I don't know. But yeah, I think it's impacted me in the sense that I think about what I say and I think about how I act to try and represent us in the best possible light. Thank you. Thanks, guys. You're so supportive.
There's people on the other side too.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. So first off, I really love you. You're amazing, and I loved Eve. I thought she was a really cool character, and I love how they brought the whole Adam and Eve into Lucifer. And so I was wondering, what's your most favorite thing about filming Lucifer? And I really hope that we have more Eve and May's scenes in season 5 because I love you guys.
First of all, thank you so much. I love you too. I know I don't know you, but it's so nice to feel loved even from a person I just met. So thank you so much. I have to say, I think my favorite thing about Lucifer, I think Lucifer is probably the biggest show I've done, and with the biggest amount of fans. And the love that we've been receiving from you guys is so overwhelming and wonderful that I truly, genuinely mean this when I say that has been the most satisfying part of filming this show. So I want to thank you all for following and loving us so much. That's it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi. So I was just wondering, when you joined the Lucy fam, did you have any expectations, and then kind of what came to be from your experience?
When I joined Lucy Lucy fam, I'm also a Lucy fan, so what did I expect? You know what, I expected to have a lot of fun, because it looks like a very jolly group of people that are just having a ball And I wasn't disappointed, you know. I showed up on set every day. We were just laughing our asses off. Everyone's just really silly and fun-loving and light, while being professional and kind. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be. It was a big party at Lux. So, yeah, I was pleasantly relieved to see that it was exactly what I wanted it to be.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
What's up?
So I was just wondering, like, when you came into the show, how was it to know that you would kind of be part of the Jekyll Hyde theme of this season? Like, were you nervous about playing a character that would kind of take him to the darker side?
What you talking about? You know, I knew that I was coming in to reflect certain things that needed to be reflected upon everyone in the group. You know, I feel like there were a lot of issues that were coming underneath the surface, and Eve comes in and kind of rocks the boat, and different things pop up. For me, the most important thing about Eve was to make sure that I don't come in with any preconceived notions of who she is and what she is there to do. I never saw her motives as negative. I wanted to find out for myself. And that was a big draw in the character for me, that you're not exactly sure. And for me, that's life. We keep getting pulled in different directions of what's right and what's wrong, and sometimes there's a gray line. And I was curious in diving into that one.
Cool, thanks.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
I want to know what your favorite scene to shoot was.
Oh my. Favorite scene to shoot? You know, I really like the first introduction to Eve when she's dancing barefoot in the club, sweating my ass off. You know, the beautiful thing about shooting this show was that I was really allowed to experiment, and whatever ideas I had, they went with it. And I was wearing those really terrible stilettos, and I said, you know, whenever I'm in a club or at a bar and I'm dancing, I take my shoes off. Is that cool? And they were like, absolutely, that's an Eve thing to do. And I didn't want that scene to end. The music was blasting, and you know, I saw Tom Alice coming towards me, and it was just like, why would I ever want to leave this place? This is heaven. And yeah, that was a fun one, for sure.
Thank you.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Was Eve created as an adult or a child, and did she ever have a childhood? Was that reflected in how you played her?
You mean in the series?
Yes.
I don't know. I played her as someone who's been around for centuries, but always same age. So she was kind of, the way I played her, she was put in heaven in full form, the way that she is. Because as soon as she was made for Adam, so I don't think that they were teenagers like pulling each other's braids. But yeah, that's how I saw her. It's a very interesting question.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hope I answered that. I don't know.
Hi. Was there a difficult scene for you to shoot?
Yeah, there were many difficult scenes to shoot. There was a scene where any scene that I was really cold, I get really cold, I'm from the desert, and Tom likes it really cold on set. So those were challenging. There was a scene where I tell Lucifer that I'm awesome and that I deserve to be with someone who sees that about me. And I felt like I wasn't really fully committing. And that was just me being an actor who's too hard on herself. And then Tom and our sweet director pulled me aside and said, "You're crazy. That was a great scene. You did a beautiful job." And they picked me back up, and that was about it. Everything else was easy breezy.
Thank you. You were a sweet addition to the show.
Oh, thank you so much. It's sweet to hear.
Hi guys.
Hi.
I wanted to ask you, well first let me tell you that I really loved your portrayal of Eve. You played such an amazing character, and I wanted to ask you that if you would be interested in season 5 having an episode like that focuses more in depth on your character and trying to find yourself, while at the same time maybe having a couple flashbacks of you while you were in the Silver City.
Ooh, wouldn't that be nice? Thank you so much. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing her as well. I would absolutely love to come back to that beautiful set. I would love to have a flashback to the Silver City. In fact, we've been toying with the idea of, another show all about Eve. So you never know. We might be seeing it in the Big Apple. We'll see. I mean, you guys are pretty loud, so if you want to make it happen. But it would be my great pleasure, and I would love it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, you were a great addition to the show. Like, I loved you the moment you stepped on screen.
Aw, thank you.
So given the events of like season 3 with like Cain and like him being killed off, were you surprised that like Eve was just so nonchalant about Lucifer killing off Cain?
That was something that we were talking about. But I think, he got what he deserved in a way. And I had to just go along with that. And I think there were a lot of unresolved issues. Sometimes when a person goes through trauma, they also go through denial. And I think that's how I explained it for myself. And also there was another backstory that I was playing with that helped me move past it. But yeah, fair point. I will bring that up to the writers when I see them.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi.
Hey.
I like your wardrobe, by the way, the Eve character from the last season.
Thank you.
But my question is, do you see a relationship developing between Mazikeen and Eve in the next season?
Wouldn't that be hot, you guys?
Since they that's kind of hanging about that.
Yeah. First of all, the wardrobe was very meticulous. We were very specific about our choices and the colors and when anything would happen. It was all very specific and thought out. So I thank you for noticing that. That means a lot.
We were dresses and the.
Thank you. Yeah, we were doing that for you guys. So I'm glad you appreciated it. And Maze is amazing, and I would love to dive in there and explore it more. But again, I will say, our writers and our producers and our creators, they listen to you. They're making this show for you. You are the reason this show is back on the air. So whatever you want, whatever you're feeling, let it be heard. It's been working so far. And if that's something you want, then maybe you'll get it, hopefully.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hello.
Hey.
So one of the things I love about Eve's character is how positive she is all the time, and with the possible exception of Lucifer, brings out really good in a lot of the characters. That was a little work in progress. Is there one that you really enjoyed the most in terms of working with one of the other actors to have an effect on their character, where it sort of the come to Eve moment of, actually, no, you're awesome, or this is how you should be seeing things? Was there one that stood out to you as your favorite?
Oh, wow. They're all so awesome. I mean, they're all so different. You know, I would be in a scene with Lauren and have her react to different things that I do, which are like the complete opposite of her character, that I would just love watching from the side. And then I would be in a scene with Ella and we would just giggle the whole entire time. And then I would be in a scene with, you know, Maze and want to rape her. And then it's just, there's no, you know, DB was just like the voice of an angel. And he sounds like God himself. It's just impossible to choose. Tom Ellis was a dream, you know? He's just a dude that is there to make you feel like you're the best thing ever. And it's been just a joy. So I can't choose. They're all magnificent. I'm just the luckiest girl in the world. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, I loved you as Eve. You were amazing.
Thank you.
You really brightened the whole show, I think.
Thanks. As is your jacket. You're just
Candy. What was your favorite, like, Lucifer or funny moment on set? I know you guys have a lot of fun on set.
Well, we had that scene, you know, with the sandwich. You know what I'm talking about? At Lux, people are being killed every which way, but there's a sandwich that's the center of the situation. And then Tom, like, you know, Lucifer is dying. Me and Ella are making out, and then she's stuck there with the sandwich. It smelled like rotten eggs. And we're shooting this scene for like 17 hours. Like everyone's... And then me and Amy decided to take that sandwich and put it in Lauren's trailer. So that in case she misses it when she raps at 3 a.m., she walks in and she's greeted by rotten egg smell. And that was my favorite day on set, really. I just relived that. That was great. So much fun. Hi.
Hi. I was curious, what was your favorite series that you guest starred on?
Sons of Anarchy? You know that show? Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
I love how well-rounded the character is, how many facets to her personality that you've had. I especially love her mischievous side, and I'm wondering how you think she left heaven when that's supposedly something you can't do.
Thank you so much for noticing all those little intricate moments I try to put in there for you. I appreciate that. How did she leave heaven? I think she left heaven very drained of zest. You know, the way I saw her was this light, like the light of the party, like this effervescent force of nature that was slowly being drained out. And I feel like as soon as she lands on Earth, she's revived. And that was a lot of fun to play. But that's that's how I envisioned her, as someone slowly, you know, getting turned off and then back to life.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Hey.
I just learned today that you were from a small country, so I was wondering, how does someone from a small town or small place get into acting like this? Like, how'd you start acting?
How long do you have? You know, it's been a minute. It's been a long process, and you know, a lot of ambition, a lot of drive. I love what I do. I always have, probably always will, hopefully, and a lot of perseverance. You know, just not taking no for an answer. Or taking a no and saying, okay, how can I improve so that the next time is a yes?
Were you ever scared it like wasn't gonna work at all?
Absolutely, every day, all the time. I still do, you know, because it's never ending. Once you get a taste of that apple, you want another, or you want a banana, or you want. You like that? But you know what I mean? It's never ending if you have that appetite, and so you always crave something more, and you don't know if you're gonna get it. You don't know if you're good enough, but you have to kind of be your own biggest cheerleader and remind yourself of your worth all the time and why it is you're going after what you're going after. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hey.
Firstly, sending my love and praises all the way from New Zealand. We are huge fans.
Thank you so much. I'm coming in October, so I can't wait to hug you then.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My question is, actors in the cast, they always mention that they keep like a souvenir or like some of their outfits after the show.
Yeah.
My question is, do you still own the me outfit?
Yeah, I wear it every day. I have it underneath right now. Oh my gosh. Honestly, I could just make it myself. It's really easy. That's not one I kept. I only kept the dress that she wears for battle at the end. You know how we're all like lined up? She has that long flowy dress, and she's walking away from Maze in the alley. That's the only one I kept. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Inbar.
Hey.
Hey, what are some of your upcoming projects that you have that you can discuss, or that you have upcoming that we can look forward to seeing you in?
Good question. I've been doing a lot of writing, and there's a couple projects that I'm trying to co-produce with Israel, in a co-production. So that's been taking a lot of time. I've been doing a lot of music. Yeah, it's just kind of happened, and been writing a lot and working with different music producers, and hopefully we'll have an album by next year, so wish me luck. Thank you. Very exciting. So yeah, keep on it. I'll share when I'm ready. I'm a perfectionist. It's a whole thing. And you know, in terms of acting, I'm trying to take this year and really find something that I'm super excited about, that I'll be as passionate as I was playing Eve, as I was playing Maddie, and it's hard to find, you guys. There's not that much material out there that I'm super jazzed about, but it will come, and you guys will know, I promise. Thank you.
Hi.
Hey.
Who's the best kisser?
How old are you?
Old enough to ask that question.
Love it.
Oh my God. Our youth, ladies and gentlemen. You're so sweet. I love this. I got to kiss everybody, huh? Who's the best? Look. This is gonna get me in so much trouble. But Leslie Ann. She's so hot. Don't tell Tom I said that.
Hello. Hi. So Lauren posted a video of you with your dog, and I was wondering if you could tell us about her.
Oh my God, yes! My pup, her name is Chili, and she is my heaven. I adopted her about 4 years ago. I'll tell you the story, it's super short. I was going through a really rough breakup, and I didn't want to get out of the house. I was so sad. And when I got her, she was like, hey, good morning, we need you to walk outside. And she saved my life. So if you guys if you guys ever feel lonely or feel like you need something in your life to brighten up your day, there's a lot of pups out there and other animals that need a home.
Hi.
Hi.
I was wondering how you were able to keep a straight face when you had to do the intimate scene with Tom, and he had to do the double face, because we heard about the dots, and it's just really fascinating, you know, knowing that, and this is an intimate scene.
That was fun. Yeah, you know, there was a lot going on. This, you know, other than his face in your face with the green dots everywhere. There's a camera and like 3 massive dudes sitting on it, going around in a circle on a crane that goes around you. And then because I'm so short, Tom is so tall, he had to go like this. So that we would be like face to face. So this is us. Through the entire scene, we shot that for like 5 hours. And, you know, when you're trying to remember the lines and trying to remember the emotion and like be in the moment, but he's got all these green dots on his face. So, long story short, it wasn't easy, but you know what? Hey, I hope it worked.
It was very believable. That's why I had to ask. Thank you.
It was fun. It was definitely fun. Thanks. Great question.
Hi, thank you for being here. It's really exciting to see you. I just wanted to know about the physical training you had to go through for some of the action scenes and what it was like to stab Graham McTavish in the throat.
So long ago. Okay, so Graham is an incredible actor. He's done some amazing stuff. I don't know if you know this, but he's worked with some of my biggest idols. And so I really wanted him to like me. And yet I was stabbing him in the throat. So it was this like, how do I do this delicately? But it was great. We didn't go into too much training because first of all, I have a lot of training from back home and from other action roles that I've done. I've done a lot of action. But also, Eve wasn't, trained in any way. So it was pretty much like, try to survive and try to stab him in the most realistic way that, a scared woman would. So that's what it was.
You nailed it.
Aw, thank you. Thank you. Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. First off, I want to say thanks for coming. It was a pleasant surprise to see you added to the schedule. Shame losing Rachel, but definitely a bonus getting you, so thank you for coming. Second off, I have been a huge fan since Imposters, because I absolutely loved you on Imposters, and nobody just brought it up, so when you said Maddie. So when I saw you added to Lucifer, it was even better. But so, question, two totally different characters. Which one do you prefer playing?
Oh my. That's a tough question. First of all, thank you. I'm so happy to be here with all you guys. It's my first convention, so this is so much fun. Thank you. And yeah, Imposters is an amazing show. I'm so proud of it. It's on Netflix, so if you haven't seen it yet, very, very proud of it. I can't compare. It's completely different characters, very different styles of show, you know. Eve and Lucifer is just like so big and expressive and fantastical. And Maddie and Imposters are very grounded and, you know, a little more introverted, I would say. So it's very different. It's just very different styles of character. I miss Maddie so much. She was such a complicated character to play, and I would love to play her again.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming. Looking forward to more work. You're on the project.
Thank you. Amen.
Hi. So first of all, at the end of season 3 with the love triangle there, I was a little worried when we were getting to season 4 and they're going to something. Your character, you made her impossible to hate. I loved her from the start. But my question is, at the end of season 4, Eva's going off on a journey to find herself. And I wonder, where do you see that journey taking her?
I'm so glad you didn't hate me. That's nice. I really don't know where it's going to take her. I have my own ideas of where I would want it to take her. But I think that's the beauty of life, is that sometimes we have these ideas of where we want to go, and then life kind of has its own path for us, and we have to go along. I'm just as curious as you. I'm sure that if I end up in season 5, that we'll have more answers. I would hope that she would find peace within herself and not constantly be looking for outside help. You know, she was with Adam, and she was with Lucifer, and she was with Maze, kind of. Like, I would love for her to find her own. Yeah, thank you.
Hi. So, very serious question.
Yeah.
F, marry, kill, Lucifer, Amenadiel, and Maze.
Oh my God. I'm having flashes of seeing it happen. F, marry, kill, Lucifer, Amenadiel, Maze. Okay. F, Maze. Duh. Marry. Wait, I have kill too? Oh my God. I would marry Amenadiel. He's an angel, you guys. Hang on, listen. If you kill Lucifer, we both get down to hell and party.
I was wondering, what was your reaction when you got casted, like when you learned that you got to be a part of the series?
Wow, I was really happy. I was really excited, and I was really nervous too. I've never done anything like this. It kind of felt like theater for me. It was like comedy in a sense, and I've never done anything like that before. So I'm a super nerd. I just started reading a lot about Eve and, you know, the whole story behind, and, you know, going into it and deep, and I just wanted to do her justice. You know, she's the first woman of mankind. It was kind of a big deal. So yeah, I was kind of nervous, to be honest.
Well, you did a great job.
Thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you. That's it. We did it. Hi.
So, I also just want to see what your opinion would be if we did get a scene, or even if it was a flashback scene with Adam and Eve. Who would you want to play as Adam?
Michael Fassbender.
So many options. I don't know. I mean, it would have to be, I would have to really think about the roots of who Adam was and where he came from, and, you know, to really try to understand and gauge what kind of persona we want him to be. Be really nice if he was hot. I think he would probably have to be very, very, very different from Lucifer. So probably not a British guy. It's a very good question. I'll have to think about that one. Yeah, if I have another convention, will you ask me that question?
Yeah, no problem.
And I will have an answer for you, I promise. How about that?
All right, deal.
Hi. Hi again. What is your go-to karaoke song?
Oh my God. I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody.
Thank you.
So you said this is your first convention. This is my first convention too. So I just wanted to know how you were kind of experiencing and feeling it, and how you liked the whole feel of the convention.
Oh my God, this is the worst, you guys. Being showered by all this love, gross. To be honest, I wasn't feeling 100% yesterday. I had to go to bed early, and I was really dreading this, and I wanted to give you guys all the energy I could. I know you've been waiting for this, and I have too, and it's been awesome! Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi again.
Hi.
Just want to know how close your character is to Eve, or to any of the characters. Are you closer to how you portray Maddie in your real life, or more like Eve, or any of the characters that you've played?
Yeah, I gotta say, I think that you dive into these characters and they become a part of you in a weird, crazy way. And then you also discover different parts of you didn't even know existed as you go along. A lot of Maddie lives in me. A lot of Eve lives in me. I think that's probably why I got to play them. So I don't know which is more like me. Both. Yeah.
Did you have to audition for Eve, or they just picked you randomly?
No, actually, one of the writers of the show, Chris Rafferty, who I love, he's amazing. He wrote episode 4, where Eve is it's the big episode for Eve, all about Eve. And he was a big fan of imposters. And he wrote Eve for me. And he pitched it to Joe and Ildi, and he said, I have Eve, I know who it is. And they just offered it to me. They felt the same way, and I was very lucky in that sense. I had nothing to do with it, but I guess they saw it, and we all got to bring her into life together.
Hi, I also really loved the addition of your character to the show. I thought it added something that the show needed. And I have kind of an acting question for you. While I was watching, I felt very much like Eve was kind of like Ariel with a kinky side, and I was and I was wondering what some of your inspirations were that brought you to the character.
That's exactly what I was going for. No. I will say this. I had like the VIP session with a bunch of you. I don't know if you're out here, but I was saying this in the room, and you know, I've always dreamt of playing Ariel from The Little Mermaid, and the reason I was so drawn to that character was because, you know, you got to play a child again, like to try things on Earth that you never got to try before, you know, for the first time. And I did have a lot of her, so you nailed it. But yeah, other than that, you know, it was important for me to keep her grounded, because she has been around for centuries, and she was wise in that sense. So she had this innocence of trying things for the first time and being enamored by this world and all these sensations that were overcoming her. But at the same time, she is our mother. So she's very empathetic and compassionate and kind and warm. So I wanted to make sure that there's like a good balance. So,
you did. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.
I think we've got time for one more question. Just one more.
Yeah.
I'm back, Inbar.
Hey.
As you can see, I'm tatted up. So, how many tattoos do you have?
Just one.
Where? Okay, I'm gonna be embarrassed. Where?
It's on my shoulder. Yeah. You're welcome.
I need to shut this down. It's been awesome. What do you say, huh?